Not every night is meant for spiritual practice. That may sound surprising because night is often seen as the perfect time for silence, stillness, and meditation. But in yogic tradition, there are certain nights when yogis consciously step back from intense sadhana, not out of fear, not out of superstition, but out of a deep sensitivity to how time itself shapes your inner state. Why would someone seeking higher awareness avoid practicing on certain nights? Stay with me till the end because this is not really about the night outside, it's about what happens within you. In yogi culture, life is never seen as random. Everything moves in cycles: the rising and the setting of the sun, the waxing and the waning of the moon, the shifting of seasons. But these are not just external patterns, they are reflected within your body, your mind, your energy. Even if you are not consciously aware of it, you are constantly responding to these rhythms. Night naturally brings a certain stillness, less noise, less activity, less external stimulation. This quietness allows attention to turn inward more easily. This is why many yogis prefer practicing during late hours. Because when the world slows down, your inner process can deepen. But even within the night, not all moments are the same. In yogic tradition, each night is seen as having a different energetic texture. Some nights feel calm and balanced, some feel heavy, some feel unusually active or restless. These differences are not imagined, they are observed over time through deep sensitivity. And one of the strongest influences behind this is the lunar cycle. The moon does more than light up the night sky, it has a direct influence on life. Just as it affects ocean tides, it also affects the internal tides within the human system. The human body is largely water, so these subtle pulls are not separate from you. Certain phases of the moon can intensify emotions. They can increase mental activity. They can make the system more sensitive, sometimes unstable. In mystic musings, Sadhguru explains that human beings are not isolated from existence. We are deeply connected to everything around us. He says you are not an isolated entity. You are a small part of a much larger system, constantly influenced by it. Because of this connection, the timing of your actions, especially spiritual practices, becomes important. As a person goes deeper into sadhana, their system becomes more refined, more sensitive, what a beginner may not notice. A yogi can feel very clearly. A slight shift in atmosphere, a change in energy, a difference in timing. All of this becomes more visible internally. And because of this heightened sensitivity, certain nights may feel less supportive. On certain nights, the internal system may become more active than stable. Thoughts may increase. Emotions may fluctuate. Focus may become harder. If intense practices are done during such times, they may not lead to stillness. Instead, they can create restlessness. So, yogis sometimes choose to avoid deep or intense sadhana on these nights. Not because the night is wrong, but because the conditions are not ideal. This is not about rules, it is about alignment. Just like planting a seed at the right time leads to better growth, practicing at the right time leads to deeper experience. The same effort can give completely different results depending on when it is done. Yogis understand this and they align with it. Sadhguru often emphasizes that life becomes easier when you stop resisting existence. He says if you align yourself with the way existence functions, everything becomes effortless. Yogis don't try to force practice at all times. They choose the moments when the system is naturally supportive. From the outside, this may look like superstition, avoiding certain nights, following specific timings. But in yogic tradition, this is about precision. It is a science of observation, a deep understanding of how the human system interacts with nature. Nothing random, nothing blind, just awareness, applied carefully. The real teaching here is not about avoiding nights, it is about becoming aware of how life moves. When you become sensitive to these rhythms, you stop living mechanically. You begin to live consciously, in tune with something larger than yourself. You don't need to follow strict rules, but you can begin to observe. Notice how you feel on different nights, different times, different phases of the moon. Some days you feel calm, some days restless. This awareness itself is the beginning of sadhana. So, why do yogis avoid certain nights for sadhana? Not because those nights are dangerous, but because they understand something simple. Everything has its own rhythm, and when you move in harmony with that rhythm, even a small step becomes powerful. If this perspective on yogic tradition resonated with you, share this video with someone exploring deeper awareness. And for more insights into inner transformation, like this video and subscribe.